SoundOn Music Distribution. Now, this is a distribution company owned by ByteDance, which is the company that owns TikTok. And they do not charge any upfront fee. They just take 10% of the revenue generated from sources that aren't owned by ByteDance. So it's like TikTok, they give you 100% of that. Rezo, they give you 100% of that. Anything that's coming through something that's owned by ByteDance, you keep 100%. Everything else, they take 10%. And they allow you to keep 100% in the first year of your digital distribution service, and every year after that, you keep 90%. Now, what are SoundOn's top features? Keeps your music in stores. So because you're paying a percentage of revenue, you don't have to worry about your music getting removed from stores. Free TikTok promotion. Now, SoundOn leverages the fact that it's owned by ByteDance, which owns TikTok, by extending your music to an army of TikTokers for usage in their TikToks, which drives promotion and exposure and gets your music heard, which is like the key point of friction for most artists. How do I get my music heard? How do I get my music out there? Well, TikTok, SoundOn does that. Gets your music heard, gets your music out there through blasting it out to these TikTokers to use in their videos. Weaknesses. No streaming fraud protection. SoundOn is not going to do anything to protect you from streaming fraud. You get accused, you get removed. Worse than that, you might be plugged into a database and have all of your music banned from all music distribution companies, because SoundOn requires KYC, which is a privacy concern, right? So you have to scan your ID and verify your identity with SoundOn. So if you get flagged for streaming fraud, you might find yourself in a database to where if you go to use another digital distribution service, they might just ban you outright. Like, hey, we know who you are. You're not using us neither. And also, this whole KYC thing lends into digital ID, which lends into, almost like a social credit score type system, where all of these activities that you get accused of within streaming can go on your permanent record and impact you in ways that people don't even envision, like your ability to rent, get a job, things of that nature, which I'm not a fan of, which is why I continue to highlight this as something that artists should try to avoid. The model. So 10% of revenue looks great when you don't make any money. It doesn't look great when you're making $1,000, $10,000, $100,000. Once you start making that kind of money and you're looking at, $900 a year for digital distribution versus $20 a year or $60 or $200 or something like that, then you get the point. Right now, if you're not an artist that's making money like that, you're looking like, ooh, no, I don't have to pay anything. You're paying something. You're paying a lot if you actually find success.